Welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today, in deck number 589, we're going to talk about Radha, Heart of Keld. Now, this is the total package right here. I love this card. 3 mana, 3/3 Elf Warrior. As long as it's your turn, she's got first strike. So, she's going to be first strike when she attacks. You can look at the top card of your library at any time. You can play lands from the top of your library. Sweet. 6 mana activated. It's a bunch. But Radha gets +X until end of turn, where X is the number of lands you control. We have a red-green, a Gruul Lands Matter commander. I think this is probably the better of the 3 Radhas. So, I wanted to go as hard as I could with landfall, land drops, land matters. So, let's see where we got. Okay. First off, we want to get lands into play. And I'm starting with Wayfarer's Bauble, Harrow, Natural Connection, Migration Path, Cultivate. That's a beautiful Cultivate. Growth Spasm, Farseek. We're playing 2 colors, Recross the Paths, Rampant Growth, Walking Atlas, can do it every turn. Azusa. We got Azusa back in a core set. That's nice. Animist Awakening. Summer Bloom, because there are times when you can just Boundless Realms for the double up. And then, Wood Elves. Spring Bloom Druid. Elvish Rejuvenator, all just getting lands. That's what the whole thing was about. And yeah, I'm running the Balos and the Adventuring Year, but to go with the landfall, and then so I was like, okay, so that's my land searching out. But naturally, we're going to want some turn 1 action, with Elvish Mystic and the Land of Our Elves, and I was like, wait a minute. Hold up. I'm already like 5 or 6 deep in Elves. I'm like, well, might as well throw a Priest of Titania. And there's something about it. Once you make the decision for Priest of Titania, you're down that road. It's too late. You're an Elf deck. And that's Radha's half Elf. So, I went to the Arch Druid, and then just crazy stuff, the Thornwheeled Archer, Well-Wisher, why not? Let's gain some life. Imperious Perfect, Elvish Champion. That Forest Walk is a bigger... If you've never played with Elvish Champion or any kind of Forest Walk, your whole team has Forest Walk, that is really powerful. Renegade Leader Azuri. I like that 5 mana Elfa run. And of course, that led me to play Nissa, original Nissa, which makes you play with the Chosen, and then, stuff like Tribal Unity. Because the whole thing is we're going to have lands. We're going to be able to make this X pretty big, which Tribal Unity, I'm building. Anyway, so we got a little bit of card draw with, Bonder's Ornament, Thrill of Possibility, Tormenting Voice, Return of the Wild Speaker. Now, crop rotation is just in there to go get specific lands. What are those specific lands? It may be Rogue's Passage. It could be the Kessig Wolf Run. Could be Scarred to the Rage Pits, I guess since we're doing it, I've only got 5 more. We might as well go ahead and do the rest, right? Stomping Ground, Fabled Passage, Myriad Landscaped, Evolving Wilds, and Rugged Highland. That's all the non-basics. Radha is multicolor. Giving her double strike seems like a good thing. And you draw a card off of it, Gets real big, let's fling it. Now, Seek the Horizon because there's a problem when you play things like Azusa, is you run out of lands in your hand. Seek the Horizon can, one turn fix that. And, got Azusa on the card. But I want to talk about Thoughts of Ruin. Now, this is a card that doesn't see a lot of play because mass land destruction is frowned upon in our format, and I get that. However, I have the impression that picking which lands to sacrifice instead of just like a Geddon effect, although let's face it, when we cast this, it's going to be Armageddon. The psychological aspect of them choosing to sacrifice them, just destroying. Odds are we're going to have more lands than anyone else. That's just our shtick. It's what we're doing. So, strategically, Thoughts of Ruin fits in here. It will slow all your opponents down. Yeah, it slows you down too, so what? You probably got double the amount of lands I got anyway by the time you're thinking about casting it. It is kind of a ruthless card. I get it. And still Azusa flavor text, Got to have an overrun, if we're going to have that many creatures. Heaven and Earth, This is Hurricane or Earthquake-ish. It doesn't hit players. But I kind of like it. X spells, stuff like Fireball, Comet Storm. You can Comet Storm out. Now, Nature's Way. It's removal. However, it gains... the reason why it's in here, this card serves two purposes. Number one, I read it as Radha gains Vigilance and Trample, which Radha does not innately have Trample. So it's important to give that, because, arbitrarily large. But Vigilance as well. But then, it also kills a creature. Or it's gonna. Now, this is my one questionable pick. Lands can't be targets of spells or abilities this turn. And it's questionable because those three lands are probably the only ones that we really hardcore care about. You know what I'm saying? It's the Kessig Wolf Run, Rogue's Passage, and to a lesser extent, Scars. Now, the Wolf Run is just a game-winning card. It buffs the power and gives Trample. That is a land with a bullseye on it. So, I don't know if Sky Shroud Blessing is the way to go, but I know that those lands definitely have a target on their back, and I was like, well, I kind of need something. Maybe Sky Shroud Blessing fits the answer. Who knows? Let's look at some removal. Of course, we got that Return to Nature, but Ground Assault. Equal the number of lands you control. Let's get with it. Deglamour, for all those indestructible things, just shuffle it away. It'll be fine. Fire Spout. I like this because you can control how it's done. We are playing with some small creatures. The elves are not known for being huge. Well, not by themselves anyway. But you can wipe out, flyers or whatnot. And then we've got Hull Breach. Gotta run Hull Breach. Sensei says run Hull Breach if I have Hull Breach. So, I've got to run Hull Breach. But that is Radha. I like, y'all know I like big mana landfall type decks anyway. So, I actually can't wait to play this one. But that is Radha, and let's go put Radha up on the shelf. Y'all will have to excuse my extremely messy table. I have, what is this, there's 3 decks being built on the table at the time. 589's on the wall. And, of course, random snacks. But A couple of boxes. Yeah, it's with sets coming out, shotgun one after another like that. It's hard to just, even open them, do the videos. Of course, that didn't work out so well with M21. I do apologize. And then sort them. And right now, getting supplies is kind of a big deal. The supply issue is real because Ultra Pro is operating at all the way down the chain from Ultra Pro to the game distributors to the LGS. Everybody is operating at I'm going to say half capacity, some of them less than that. And so some things are just not getting made. Y'all know my deck box that I use. I have got enough through Jumpstart, but once we get anything past Jumpstart, I'm going to need deck boxes for it, and I'm really hoping that Ultra Pro starts making them again and putting them back on the market till that happens. It's not the first time I've had issues, but now it's real because we don't know. Anyway, 2 row boxes. A lot of things are just real hard to get right now, and I get it. But anyway, I don't know what got me off on. Oh yeah, the random messy table. Yeah, it's hard to put things away when there's not a lot of places to put them away. But anyway, sorting problems, right? Anyway, that's all I've got for this one. Actually, looking forward to playing Radha. Might give it a test drive this Friday. Don't know. Heck, I may give it a test drive today. Anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all let me know what you think. But right now, we're going to shuffle and cut.